Hi there, Meteorologist Paige Noel here. We are tracking kind of a lot coming up the next couple of days. We are tracking a cold front to move in. That's going to bring us a few rain and storms and then kind of linger that rain as we head into the start of your Easter weekend. I'm sure a lot of you have some plans this weekend. Maybe you're trying to get outside, so I'm going to help you kind of plan out at least the next couple of days. It's crazy that we're talking about a cold front and some rain with these temperatures. I had to start out with the temperatures this afternoon. It's 84 right now in Knoxville. So the record high for today is 87. That was set back in 1934. So we're kind of watching that closely. I think we could either get very close to tying that record or potentially even breaking it because we got a whole lot of sunshine here in Knoxville. Some of you are already, I think Severe was already at 87 last time I checked. Of course, that record though is at the airport, so we need that airport temperature to get a little bit warmer to break that record. So something we're watching pretty closely today. Make plans to get out today. But you see that cooler air moving into Paducah, moving in towards parts of that western Tennessee, western Kentucky. That's that cold front moving in. It's a pretty slow cold front at that. Let me kind of phrase it like that. We are bringing in some strong to severe thunderstorms there. That's starting to move into really the Memphis area right now. There are tornado watches all the way up into Michigan too with this line of rain and storm. So definitely kind of a big severe weather event out west. For us, this thing does look to fall apart. Here's kind of just a big overview, and then we're going to talk about each day and kind of break that down for you. So you can see right around 4 o'clock is when we're going to start to see that leading edge pushing into Nashville. Check out how just like slow it's moving. It's very slow to move into our area, and that's really going to continue. This even showing right around 10 o'clock. So we got a few isolated stuff popping off overnight, and then we are going to continue to watch the rain and storms kind of throughout the day tomorrow, becoming a little bit more of that rain versus storms though. Those winds start to shift. We got that cooler air moving in, but watch that. So you see that cold front, it kind of pushes through, and then it'll kind of rebound as you head into your Friday. I kind of like pulsating there back and forth Friday into Saturday. So that's going to continue to bring that rain, especially foothills, mountains, Southern Valley Friday into Saturday here. So you can kind of see it sticking around a little bit. That's not the best news, especially for Saturday. I think we have a lot of Easter egg hunts outdoors. Looks like it could be a little bit rainy at times, more of that very light, misty rain. The good news is, though, it's out by Easter Sunday. So if you have any Easter Sunday plans, try to make those outside. Maybe try to move some of those Easter eggs to Sunday just because it's going to be a little bit better weather. That is looking a lot better. That's kind of a big overview here. So here's kind of a look at that severe risk as we head throughout the day today. So you see that big enhanced risk that includes parts of Nashville and a good portion of Kentucky there as well. For us here in East Tennessee, really just got Knoxville on that marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5 on that severe weather scale. And then really parts of the plateau in that slight risk. So you can see they've actually scaled it back just a little bit. They had an update, I think, right around 12:30 to 1 o'clock. So this is the brand new risk update there from the SPC. It's a little bit different where it does have parts of Wayne, McCreary County in that slight risk. That's up in southeastern Kentucky, and really all of Fentress County and almost all of Scott was in it, but now that's kind of been pushed back a little bit. So parts of Fentress County in that slight risk, that's a 2 out of 5 on that severe weather scale. So I think if we do see any of those isolated stronger storms, that's definitely where they could potentially be, because the system is going to fall apart as it moves into really the valley, and especially by foothills in the mountains there. You guys aren't even in a risk, more of just kind of a general thunderstorm. Definitely rumbles of thunder possible. This is nowhere near, the event that we kind of dealt with last Friday into Saturday. This system does look to break apart a lot more as it moves into our area. So let's talk about the rest of today first. Yes, we got the sunshine. Enjoy it. We got those clouds increasing as we head back into tonight. So a few isolated thunderstorms there between 9-10 o'clock there. This is that cold front slowly approaching us, but you can see it kind of just breaks apart as it moves into our area. I think that main round really starts to push in after midnight. So this showing closer to 2 a.m. here on Thursday, and then continuing to slowly push in even by 6 a.m. Really just getting into parts of the plateau and into parts of southeastern Kentucky there. And then that's going to continue to break apart and then slowly move into the valley throughout the morning. So there's a few of those spotty chances right around 7 o'clock. Definitely want to grab that rain gear as you're stepping out the door, just because we are going to be dealing with this throughout the day here. Again, though, it kind of really sticks plateau to parts of southeast Kentucky, right along that Kentucky-Tennessee line. It continues to break apart as it moves into our area. Here's a look at noon, just dealing with a few of those spotty rain chances. Again, this on Thursday. Then we kind of see it rebound a little bit Thursday afternoon, bringing in some type of spotty coverage there as we head into Thursday afternoon to evening. A few rumbles of thunder possible, but this is when those winds are also starting to shift from the northwest. It's going to filter in some of that cooler air. So temperatures stay pretty stagnant throughout the day. And then we're dropping a little bit later Thursday, really evening to the overnight hour. So kind of getting a break from that rain on Thursday, then of course tracking more on Friday. So basically from really tonight through Thursday, you could see almost 1.5 inches, maybe isolated 2 inches into some spots. That's at Monticello to Jamestown, so Fentress towards up into parts of McCreary, Wayne County, up into Kentucky, maybe getting closer to 1 inch Oneida to Williamsburg. But look how sharp that cutoff is. About 1/4 inch, a little bit more than that, about 3/10 there. Clinton to Knoxville, and then breaks apart even more there. Dandridge to Pigeon Forge, almost less than 1/10 inch. Of course, you can get an isolated pop-up to produce a little bit more of that rainfall, that heavier rainfall, but you can see how slowly that front just kind of falls apart. So really not tracking much of that heavy rain besides parts of, I would say, Morgan, Cumberland, Fentress, Scott, parts of Campbell County, and then up into really a lot of southeastern Kentucky. I would say you guys are in that about 1/2 inch there. Bell to Harlan, Knox County up in Kentucky to Whitley County, Wayne, McCreary County. You guys could see a little bit more of that rain, a better chance for a few of some isolated stronger storms. But again, that system continues to break apart as it pushes closer to us here in East Tennessee. Not saying we can't get an isolated stronger storm, it just does look to weaken as it moves into our area. All right, let's look at your Good Friday. A lot of you may be off of work, kids out of school here, as we're tracking the clouds and the rain really throughout the day. Could be kind of rainy at times there, especially valley there, foothills towards the mountains, really kind of riding 40, and then our far northeastern counties as well. That's that cold front kind of pulsating back into our area. Really just dealing with those showers throughout the day, cold showers, highs only into about mid to upper 50s here. And then we are going to continue to see that kind of lighten up there by the time we get into your Friday night. But even heading into Saturday, we're going to continue to see that rain kind of push back up and down. That's that cold front that's really slow to get out of here. It's definitely now stalling. That's kind of the newest update with today's really modeled out that we've been looking at. We've just noticed it's sticking around a whole lot longer and not moving out of here as quickly. So you could see basically by the time we get through Friday there, we could get up to about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain from really Knoxville and then kind of that southern valley, so foothills and mountains there, and really again riding right there along 40, but up into parts of southeastern Kentucky, parts of the plateau, again north of 40. You guys could be like, oh, what rain on Friday? So it's kind of almost a half and half situation there with that system on Friday. All right, let's get into Saturday now, because this is when the last of that cold front arrives. I do think the rain on Saturday is lighter than Friday. It's kind of the same coverage, but it's kind of that really misty, gloomy rain, really maybe not even all of it reaching the ground as the last of the front slowly push out of here. Again, it kind of rides that same line, 40 and south of that. I think it's staying closer foothills towards the mountains versus the valley really throughout the day. Most of it in the morning to early afternoon. I think by those later afternoon hours, it's pushing out of here there by Saturday afternoon, so 3, 4, 5 o'clock there. Again, we're kind of watching when a front stalls out like this, the timing can change a whole lot. So we're going to be watching this pretty closely over the next couple of days. But you could see hopefully pushing out of here by that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame, and it's definitely out by the time we get into your Sunday. But you can even see there it's kind of pulsating back up there right towards those mountaintops there right around 7 o'clock, but the last of it is definitely getting out of here. So here's a look at those rainfall totals. This is for Saturday now, and this is what I meant. Like with that rain, it's just a lot lighter where it's only about 1/10 of an inch, so a lot of that not even reached the ground. So by Saturday, you're really dealing more of that misty rain. It's almost that rain, you know, when you step outside, you're like, do I need the rain jacket? Do I not need the rain jacket? I'll just deal with the sprinkles. That's kind of the type of rain that we're talking about on Saturday versus Friday. So that's kind of important to note if you're making plans. Both days are pretty chilly. Want to go ahead and say that because I don't want you guys to be super disappointed, but it is looking just a little bit on that gloomy side, at least to start out on your Easter weekend. Now, as we head into Easter Sunday, weather's looking a whole lot better. And so far next week, we are tracking a lot of changes heading into next week, as in it looks a whole lot drier and more mild and nicer. And we've been tracking these cold fronts kind of back to back to back, so it'll be nice to hopefully get a little bit of a break from the rain. We actually have new data coming in really right now, so we will have the most updated stuff for you starting at 4, 5, 6, and of course then Ben's going to have even better data by 10 and 11. So we're going to continue to track this as we head throughout the rest of the day today. But go ahead and grab that rain gear as you're stepping out the door tomorrow. Keep it handy over the next couple of days, and of course keep that WVLT First Alert Weather app handy, because if we do get any of those isolated stronger storms, you're going to get that notification notification straight to your phone first. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments here and I will go back and answer them. But I hope you all have a good and safe holiday weekend.